Everyone's heard rumors about Wiccans worshipping the devil. Is there some truth to it? Where did the devil story come from? And why does it keep showing up in conversations about Wicca? Hey everyone, I'm Zihara. If you're new here, welcome to the 12 Moon Study Group, where we learn everything about the occult and spirituality. This is part 2 of Wicca Explained. In part 1, we talked about the brief history of Wicca, how it evolved around gender and inclusivity. I linked it in the corner and in the description below. Today, we're continuing into its deep connection to nature and the common myths and misconceptions. So, let's begin. From the very beginning, Wicca has treated nature as sacred. The goddess and god aren't up in some faraway heaven. They're here, alive in the earth, the sun, the moon, and in every living thing. That's why Wiccans honor the elements, earth, air, fire, and water, and why so many rituals are about aligning ourselves with the natural world. For Wiccans, caring for the planet isn't just activism, it's spiritual practice. One of the clearest ways this shows up is in the Wheel of the Year, the 8 seasonal Sabbats. These festivals mark the turning points of nature: planting, growing, harvest, and rest. Each Sabbat reminds us that our lives are tied to these cycles. When we celebrate, we're celebrating not just the gods and goddesses, but the earth itself, the soil, the crops, the balance of light and dark. Traditionally, Wiccans give thanks for the earth's abundance and reflect on how we can live in harmony with the natural cycles. Because Wicca sees nature as divine, a lot of Wiccans extend that into how they live their everyday lives. Recycling, sustainable living, planting gardens, protecting animals. Those aren't just lifestyle choices, they're acts of devotion. Some covens even design eco-friendly rituals, like leaving birdseed or flower petals as offerings instead of anything that could harm the land. And many Wiccans feel that addressing climate change is a moral responsibility. To harm the earth is to harm the body of the goddess and the god. This earth-centered spirituality has also led many Wiccans to join in environmental activism. For decades, witches have been out on the front lines, casting circles at protests, blessing forests, and weaving ritual into climate marches. Groups like Reclaiming, co-founded by Starhawk, blend magic with political action, seeing both as ways to protect the earth. Even today, you'll see witches showing up at climate demonstrations, merging spells and chants with real-world activism. So whether it's through daily choices, seasonal rituals, or activism, Wicca's reverence for nature keeps pulling us back to the same truth. The earth is sacred, and how we treat it matters. Now that we've talked about Wicca's connection to the earth, let's clear up some of the biggest misconceptions that still follow Wicca around today. One of the most common myths is that Wiccans worship Satan. The reality? Wicca doesn't even have a Satan. That concept belongs to Christianity. Wiccans honor nature-based deities, often a goddess and a god, and see divinity in the earth and the cycles of life. The horned god in Wicca sometimes gets confused with the Christian devil because of the horns, but he's not Satan. He's a symbol of nature, fertility, and the wild. And just a side note to clear this up even more, even most modern Satanists don't actually worship Satan. Groups like the Church of Satan or the Satanic Temple are atheistic. For them, Satan is just a symbol of freedom and rebellion, not a literal being. So when people call Wiccans devil-worshipping Satanists, it's not just wrong, it's doubly wrong. Another old myth is that witches are evil or dangerous. This goes all the way back to the witch trials, where people were accused of causing harm through witchcraft and supposedly working with the devil. Those ideas stuck around in folklore and Halloween stereotypes. But in Wicca, the exact opposite is true. Wiccans live by an ethical code called the Wiccan Rede, and it harm none, do what ye will. That means we're free to live as we choose, as long as we're not causing harm. Many Wiccans also believe in the threefold law, that whatever energy you put out, good or bad, comes back to you 3 times over. So the idea of an evil witch just doesn't fit with what Wicca actually teaches. A lot of pop culture makes it seem like Wicca is all about casting spells, potions, or hexes. The truth is, while spell work exists, it's only one small part of Wicca. Wicca is a full spiritual path. It's about connecting with nature, honoring the cycles of the moon and the seasons, and deepening your relationship with the divine. Spells in Wicca are usually positive for healing, protection, or growth, and they work a lot like prayers or affirmations in other religions. So Wicca is not some dark system of curses. It's a modern pagan religion with ethics, rituals, and a focus on living in harmony with the natural world. So when you hear someone say Wiccans are satanic, evil, or just out there throwing curses, remember, those are old myths. The reality is that Wicca is an earth-honoring, ethical, and spiritual path that's much deeper than the stereotypes. We covered a lot, from the history of Wicca to how it compares with traditional witchcraft, to inclusivity, environmentalism, and even clearing up some of the biggest misconceptions. Each of these topics is just the beginning, and I'll be doing dedicated videos in the future to take a deeper dive, not just into Wicca, but into different forms of witchcraft and magical practice as a whole. If you'd like to see future videos on the Sabbats, different witchcraft traditions, or other magical practices, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the deep dives to come.